Hello everyone, how you all doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. Welcome to the Demoscene report for the 4th of December 2024. If you're new to the series of videos, I summarize all of the news and releases that happened this past week in the computer art community known as the Demoscene. And as always, everything that I mentioned will be linked on the description below, so you can check things at your own leisure afterwards. There were quite a few new things being announced on the beginning of December, a bunch of advent calendars, a couple of demo parties that happened. So grab your favorite beverage and let's go. Kicking things off, we had the announcement or the call for jurors for the Meteoriks 2025. If you don't know what the Meteoriks is, it's an event that usually culminates at Revision Demo Party in Easter, and the idea is to review all of the demos that happened throughout the year, select the best ones, and we have a jury to do that. And you can apply yourself to be a member of this jury to help make things a bit more fair. The idea is that you vote unbiasedly on what you think is best. You discuss with your jury peers what you think should be nominated into the category, and the one production that will be the laureate for that category in particular. So if you are interested in that process, regardless how well you know the Demoscene, don't be afraid. You don't need to be a Demoscene veteran to apply to be a Meteoriks jury. You just need to be interested and have some free time to commit to watching the productions and discussing them with the other jury members. So please do apply if you are interested in such things. Then we had the Mysdata happening in Sweden a couple of weeks ago. It happened at the same time as Transmission, as we already mentioned on the previous episode. They had a few competitions for the Amiga and a few competitions for the Commodore 64. Only a single Amiga demo, Flame by New Generation Crew. It was interesting, not totally my cup of tea. The music was alright. It had a theme, a continuation. The graphics were really good. It didn't completely hit the mark for me, but it was interesting enough demo that I can recommend you to check out. So Flame by New Generation Crew. Then we had Amiga graphics competitions, stunning artwork, all 4 of the entries, Party painted by a grip of E-Study here, Face the Storm by Folka of Depth. Look at the quality of those waves, so much detail on it. Just Another Boring Cat by Hero, also a stunning aliasing there, and Controlled by the Unknown by Critical of How Job Rebels and Sweet 16. Also amazing details here, like the little dots on the aliasing, all sorts of different things. Love it. Well done, Critical. Good job winning the Amiga graphics competition at Mysdata 2024. Then we had the Amiga music competition that was won by Slays, and then we had the Commodore 64 demo competition with a few more entries. This one, I'm Alive by Quantum, just this single screen intro. LMD Fun by Onslaught, making a whole presentation out of the listing of the contents of the disk file. 7 Sprites by Hitman, also a single screen, but with some nice little movement there on the letters. Aizawa Attractor by Summer Productions, showcasing a few different attractor effects pre-calculated for the Commodore 64. What is the Matrix number 2 by Sensor Design, a more lengthier demo by Sensor Design here. Themed around the Matrix, clearly enough. I think it was pretty alright, was solid, multiple scenes, quality effects, good graphics, so a pretty solid demo from Sensor Design here. Congratulations on getting 2nd place. The first place demo was the Demo Coder by FairLight, another demo coded by Trident, who has been on a run for the last few years, making dozens of demos by now for the Commodore 64. Another solid demo. There's a theme to it, a recurring story about being a demo coder. Few interesting effects, a few interesting graphics, good music, so pretty solid FairLight demo there. Worthy winner of the Commodore 64 demo competition at Mysdata 2024. Then we had Commodore 64 graphics, which you know what I always say, there was always very good stuff on every single Commodore 64 graphics competition. Bob Ross by Leon of Koros, look at those happy mountains there and happy sky. In 6th place I want to join DNS by XSL. Chronovos Platos by Rexman, following his series of weird mechanoid things that I'm not sure what the hell they are. City Light by Facet, a pretty good landscape image as well. Bow Hunter by Magnar, with a more fantasy themed image. The Old Guardian by Critical, very nice dual stand image as well, good details on the face in particular. And the winner entry was Brie by the Sarge of Bonsai and FairLight. Curiously, he also submitted an entry named Bro to Transmission 64 on the same weekend. He got third place at Transmission. He won the competition at Mysdata 2024. So yeah, nice little connection between both images released on the same weekend. Good work, the Sarge of Bonsai and FairLight. Commodore 64 music was won by Felgol Huss, the legend from FairLight. Second place to LFT, third place to Magnar. Commodore 64 Petsky artwork as well. Had some entries: Docent by Unebula, The Eye of the Devil by Yerik, Na Robotica School by Coax Cable, Zoni by Snake, a very good image. I like this one in particular, the details on the double decker there. Zeitgeist by Skleptoid with his usual raunchy style of images doing Petsky stuff. There's a whole series of them. If you like this style, check out Skleptoid's releases. He has like at least 6 of them by now. Daedalus by Rexbang, and the winner was Metroid by Lobo with a more cybernetic sort of themed thing there. Meanwhile, in Austria, there was a meetup called Vintage Computing Carinthia Address 2D, the 45th VCC meeting. They only had a single competition there. Every time they have the meeting, they have something slightly different. This weekend in particular was a competition about doing frames in Petsky car sets. So I will show you a few of them and then focus on the top 5. So PowerPoint by Logiker getting 6th place, Railway Crossings by Komsha in 5th place with a more alternative way to doing frames, Ruins by Komsha, Broken Stone by Logiker, and in shared 3rd place Squarey by Logiker and CPU X by Dr. Terra with a more electronic boards sort of aesthetic there. Other things that were being discussed this week was the original first computer-generated artwork video. Some people pointing to this release from 1968, and Buzz Error was also explaining that there were some stuff earlier in the 60s, in 64 already being done that you can find at AT&T archive. So if you are interested in digging up what was the original first generative programming things moving on screen. Some were pre-calculated at this point in the 60s. You needed big mainframes to do this, but very interesting to deep dive into this stuff. And there are a few things in the AT&T archives that help you find a bit more about this. And it was this very good presentation about Eon, the Amiga 500 demo that's considered one of the best Amiga 500 demos that were released, I think 6 years ago or 7 years ago. Already a while. Very good presentation here by Andreas Fredriksson, one of the persons involved in developing the demo. So if you like to know more about programming for the Amiga 500, this is a must-see for you. Another video that was also released this week was the interview with David Karlin, one of the creators behind the Sinclair QL. He was visiting the museum here in Portugal, the LoadZX museum, and they took the opportunity to do some recordings and ask him a few questions. A very good insight about the development of Sinclair QL with a few explanations on how things were done, some insights into Sir Clive Sinclair himself as well. So very good interview. Check it out. Also new was the release of Amiga Rulez, a new disc mag for the Amiga. It talks about games and Demoscene stuff. I haven't seen it yet, but it's free for download at their website, amigarulez.de, so check it out. I believe it's both in English and German, so don't be dissuaded for the main page being in German. Then we had the release of Encore 64 Volume 2, massive album release with a lot of remixes from Commodore 64 tracks. There was also a release party at Slay Radio interviewing the different artists that collaborated on this album. So if you're interested in that, check out this transmission as well. And there's a little listening preview at the end of the video there. But you can already download the tracks from remix64.com anyways. On FairLight TV, there was a very good interview with Prowler about his process drawing graphics for the Amiga, so check that out as well if you're interested in pixel art. Then we had a couple of stray releases that being announced. The Lame 2 by Stonehead won the competition at Interface 34, and there was a happy 50th anniversary present for Edhellon for reaching his 50th anniversary. Happy birthday, Edhellon, released by Sensor Design and Resource. Then I spotted this new release at Edit Impuls Sound, which is an old net label originally based in experimental tracker music back from the late 90s. They still release some new albums now and again, mostly on their Bandcamp. You can see them about one a year or two a year. So very seldomly, a new release just came out by Yalk DX called Devolah Work Catherine's Plug. So yeah, check it out, pay what you want. So if you like the music, support the artist. And then we reach this magical time of the year where we enter December and everyone starts releasing advent calendars because it's trendy. First, starting off with M-Range's shader advent calendar. I had already talked about it a few months back when he was calling for people to participate in this. So the idea is on every single day reveal a new shader and talk a little bit about the different techniques used to create shaders. So if you like programming shaders or you like to learn a bit more how to program shaders, check out this every single day. There's a little bit more information for you to get a bit more acquainted and hopefully see you participate on some shader coding events further down the line in 2025 maybe. So very good initiative. Congratulations M-Range on putting it together, and curious to see all the things released. Another shader advent is for the Sessions demo party that just happened a few weeks back. They're having an advent calendar, I think is for making of the different productions that were released at Sessions. That's the impression I get. My Japanese is a little non-existent, so I can't really confirm, but that's what some people hinted me towards. So yeah, if you speak Japanese, check out, you might learn a lot of demo making stuff through this advent calendar as well, so bookmark it. Then there was an advent calendar being released at 16 colors as well, being organized by mistigris. Every single day a new ANSI release will be revealed. There's even an executable that you can run every single day. You will get a new image throughout the advent calendar. And the last advent calendar that I wanted to announce is about Teletext. Ule just released the 50 years anniversary showcase of Teletext, and now they're organizing an advent calendar for Teletext as well. So every single day a new Teletext image will be revealed, and you can view them online using Teletext. So yeah, if you like Teletext art, check out this advent calendar being organized by Ule. Another thing that is usual on Christmas is the Christmas Challenge VCCC 2024, organized by Logiker every single year. Last year it had an immense amount of participation. The idea is have the little coding challenge and try to optimize it as much as possible. Open to any platform, open to any coding language. Just for fun, you're supposed to try to recreate the specific image in as less characters as possible. Last year there were like over 300 releases, I believe, on this, so it was very crowded. Overflows the demo scene completely, just interesting for all sorts of people into retro computing and modern languages as well. So if you're interested in that, check it out and try to participate. It's going to be a lot of fun for sure. Then we had the Experience demo party happening this past weekend. Only a single day event with only a single combined demo competition. Only 6 entries, but all of them were quite decent. So let's take a quick look at them. So the last place one was Quantum Banana by Fredriksson, an ode to the awesomeness of the demo scene / an invitation to QB Party 2025. Mostly using AI technology from what I understood. The music seemed AI, some of the graphics seemed AI, so a bit tongue-in-cheek, maybe making fun, and so yeah, not supposed to be taken completely seriously, but it was funny in some ways as well, so well made, Fredriksson. Then Pinacoteca by Kashi was also released for the ZX Spectrum. Kashi been doing a lot of ZX Spectrum little intros, usually some mathematical problems. Here he presents this little variation where he chooses one of the different elements and repeats them on the pattern, and you can see some increasingly weird effects happening throughout the demo, so check it out. Then in fourth place we had a 512-byte intro for MS-DOS called Superstars by Edhellon. Just a very basic scroller effect with some high color colors, some background of those stars rotating. Very old school looking, nice that it could fit into 512 bytes with music. So yeah, nice little intro there by Edhellon. Then we had a tech demo by Transistor Core for the MS-DOS, which was interesting. I did like the mood of the visuals, like the darkness in them, the sound in particular. I didn't like the tech itself, like 3D muzzles felt rather basic, just felt like a few scenes slapped together without much attention to the overall design. It had a certain aesthetic to it, but it didn't feel like it was a full-fledged demo. Well, I guess that's why they call it a tech demo. They just wanted to showcase the technology that they have been developing. Very curious to see a final demo using this technology, especially if it keeps this somber, dark environment aesthetic that they were using. So yeah, well done Transistor Core. Looking forward to seeing the follow-up demos to the tech demo. In second place, Demo Joe, the game developer by AT&T. So this is a bit of a running gag on previous events in Hungary. You have seen a lot of demos by this Demo Joe fictitious character. Demo Joe learns to do demo coding. Demo Joe does this. Demo Joe does that. So the effects are usually very basic, and this one in particular recreates a few known games. Most of them are known, some of a bit more obscure. In this very basic style, just two colors, very basic sprites, but it does have its charm, and I can see why people find it funny in some ways, especially if you have seen the other Demo Joe releases, and you can associate with aesthetic, the storyline, the continuous lore of Demo Joe demo creation. Anyways, 4K intro for Windows. Congratulations, Theo and Tifico. And the winner was The Lucky One by Netro, a demo made by Windows. Also runs on the browser, if I'm not mistaken. An interesting, controversial little aspect of this demo. I'm gonna spoil it a little bit. It broaches on the topic of suicidal tendencies and how you should feel lucky for being alive, considering the odds of you existing in this universe are a lot higher than you winning a lottery, even if it's rigged. I do like the concept. I do like that Netro is exploring different themes more than the usual abstract cubes flowing through tunnels. I'm not sure if I agree with the message in the end. Of course, people shouldn't be killing themselves, and it's good that there are demos talking about that and making mention of that and remembering people of that. But when you are suffering from depression, someone telling you that you should just feel lucky, you know, and instead of feeling depressed, you know, just snap out of it. You're actually quite lucky just to exist overall. That doesn't help. That just builds on the anxiety, on the frustration, and builds up on the suicidal thoughts themselves. I'm talking firsthand because I suffer from depression, or I suffered. Nowadays I'm a lot better, but I used to suffer from depression. I used to have suicidal thoughts, and people telling you that you should just feel lucky and honored and special that you exist in this world doesn't really help. It just builds on top of the anxiety and all the things that you are supposed to be doing but you're not doing because you're just a human person trying to make their best. So yeah, in that regard I don't quite agree with the end of the demo, but a good demo nonetheless. Congratulations Netro on winning the combined demo competition at Experience 2024. And the last thing that we have left to talk about this week is the upcoming demo parties. They are listed on demoparty.net. Silly Venture is happening now. Syntax Society Christmas Party is happening now. Inertia Demo Party is happening now. Tomorrow I'm going to the site to start building everything up. If I already invited you to come to Inertia Demo Party, please don't forget to come to Inertia Demo Party. Come to Portugal, still have time. It only starts on Friday. You can still catch your plane or your train or your car or whatever you usually use to come to a demo party. 6 to 8 of December in Salão de Festas de Incrível Almadense here in Almada. Please come. If you can't, please try to submit a remote entry. So yeah, thank you for that. Then we have Demo Nights being organized on the 12th of December in Bern, Switzerland. The Christmas Winter One Screen online compo organized for the Commodore 64, also at the end of the year. Vintage Computer Christmas Challenge also being organized. It's not listed here on demoparty.net, but we already talked about it. Atari Last Party in the beginning of January, also Dehalt happening, Rsync, Payback, Jumalat Winterfarian, GURP, and Fjall Data all in January. Mountain Bites, Love Bite, Assembly Winter, Ski or Death, BCC Party, Explosive, and Instancy 2025 planned for February. So a lot of demo parties planned for the next couple of months. Plenty of things to see, plenty of things to contribute yourself to. Of course, the highlight every single year is revision on Easter, and I already heard a lot of people talking about buying their flights, booking their hotels, trying to prepare, working on entries. I'm already getting excited about revision as well, but remember to also support the smaller parties, the local parties. Those are the ones that breed the local talent that ends up going to the bigger parties like revision. So yeah, these were the things that I wanted to talk about for this week for the Demoscene report of 4th of December 2024. Hope you found some hidden gems. If you did, don't forget to like, subscribe, donate me something through patreon.com/psenough. One of the things that I did with the money that I got through Patreon was to buy an Elgato teleprompter, which I haven't had time to install it yet because I'm too busy with Inertia demo party organizing stuff, but we will probably put that to good use on the coming episodes of the Demoscene report. So that is one of the ways that you are helping me financially to keep this report improving in quality. So yeah, hope to see you at Inertia. If you don't, have a great weekend nonetheless. Bye bye everybody, take care.